Good morning, everyone. At the outlet, I request the convener, Miss Vinita Lobo, of today's guest talk, Miss Vinita Lobo, to escort Mr. Jeet Milan Roach, the resource person, to the dais. It is my privilege to introduce today's resource person, also known as Aranya Mitra, Mr. Jeet Milan Roach, and Mr. Bhuvan. On behalf of Allure Association and Department of Commerce professionals, we welcome you, sir. Mr. Jeet had been planting trees as a hobby while doing a corporate job until 2014, when he finally decided to quit and start a new life. He dedicated all his time in tree planting and increasing greenery. He has received several awards and honors. To mention a few, Aranya Mitra Award by Karnataka Forest Department, Infant Jesus Man of the Year Award in 2017, Saffron Foundation Award 2011, AICU Centenary Award New Delhi 2020, St. Aloysius Eminent Alumni Award 2020, and felicitation from many churches, temples, institutions, and club in and around Dakshina Kannada. Mr. Jeet Roach popularized the Miyawaki technique in Mangalore city and in our college. He has also helped in relocation of trees during developmental projects using scientific methods. So far, Mr. Roach has successfully relocated 75 trees in and around Mangalore, which were supposed to be uprooted. In 2020, Mr. Jeet Roach planted around 1,570 saplings at Pachanadi dumping ground, covering the area with more greenery. So far, he has planted over 2 lakh trees in and around Mangalore, and he says he plans to expand that further in the future. Sir, we are looking forward for your deliberation. We shall now have a glimpse of Sir's mission to save planet Earth. Now, I would like to call upon Sir to talk a few words on the resource talk.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. It's the same everywhere where I go. Second time I get the response. Well, the video that you watched was not any forest in Western Ghats. I purposely presented this today because more than 25% of the trees that you saw was planted by the students of St. Aloysius College. Yeah, more than 25%. And all these trees that you saw were in the cemeteries, Smashana, Rudrabhumi, whatever. One day we all have to go there. Yes? Because I still remember when students used to come to plant in the Rudrabhumi or cemetery, some parents, were not allowing. That those parents didn't knew that even they had to go there one day. It's everybody's home. This world itself is a cemetery. How many people have come and gone? The world itself is a cemetery. So, but this cemetery, there are 12 cemeteries that you saw. How was the video? Yeah, again that video was taken by one of the Aloysian. Yeah. So, that had around 12 to 13,000 trees, around 3 to 9 years old. Well, today's topic is climate change or global warming, or, on that same line. What do you first think about when you see these words? A polar bear? Yes? Most of the time, climate change, matlab, a polar bear with ice. I know it's a boring subject. I have also gone through this. But those days I didn't have mobile for a time pass, but I think most of you have now. Well, now, do you know the certain incidents that happened in this earth? An earthquake and a flood. Where did the earthquake happen? Recently. Sorry? Morocco? You know what's the number of deaths so far? That is in Libya, 20,000 through floods. So when do you mean death? It means the number of bodies counted. So the missing is more than 2 lakhs. So government gives only the number of bodies found, not the number of bodies missing. One of the main cause for both the floods in Libya or the earthquake in Morocco is directly to do with climate change or the global warming. See, I don't want to go through this lecture, I told Bhuvan, what do I need to talk about this climate change? And you're all BCom students. You're all taught how to make money. And your concern is not about climate change. Well, I want to scare you today. Your parents might have invested in your education for good studies. Agree? Yeah? Have they bothered to invest to get you good air, oxygen? Not in the hospital, but otherwise. Those cemeteries are becoming a lung zone for Mangalore. Why I started venturing into the cemeteries? Because I was not allowed to plant anywhere. Illi road bartade, illi todu bartade. Yeah. Never ending concrete. So I ventured into the cemeteries and I found these cemeteries, full of debris. Then I approached Sahaya. That's when I got this team, Sahaya, helping me first to clear the debris from the cemeteries, then planting, then nurturing, then manuring, and even watering. So that's how, because of your help, I was able to create a lung zone in Mangalore, in the cemeteries. So many more, with your help, I should be doing it. So, what are the consequences that we are facing because of the climate change? I would like it to be an interactive session. Either you should be telling, don't know, then I will tell. What are the consequences? What is the reason for climate change? At least, see, I am not a scientist, but I learned through all this process. Yeah? Deforestation, CO2, industries, pollution. Yeah. And do you know when India signed a Paris Agreement? 2015? Yes? No. 2015 Paris Agreement was signed and India was one of the partners. And they said that we will do everything to stop the temperature rise. Till then, nothing has changed. It was like a cocktail party in Paris. They went, they enjoyed, they came back. Nothing changed. I'm not talking other part of the earth, but I'm talking about India. Okay, let me ask this question. How much forest is left in India? Approximately, guess. 20? Sorry? 50? 100? 28%. No, it's not a joking question, okay? This is something related to your life. That's how you breathe. Okay, let me tell you. According to the government, it is 24%. And according to satellite image, it is 21%. Now, what do you mean by this 24 or 21%? It means you and your estates are covered. Even the tea estate, your coconut estate, anything that is green is covered. And they classify that as forest. Okay? And the only forest left in India is just 3%. And in that 3%, they have not stopped. They are still venturing, mining, and you will be left with nothing. Just 3%. Who has the highest forest? Which country? Sorry? Brazil? Russia? China and America. These 4 countries have the highest number of forest, with Russia leading. And when they mean forest, it is forest, not the green cover. There is a difference between a forest and a green cover. Alright, so what would you do if you have just 3% battery left in your phone? You'll start charging? Yes. What else? Now you don't have a charging point. What else will you do? What else you'll do to save that 3%? Power saving, yes. What else? Hey, 0% undu mare bakka paatore. Okay? Yes? I will talk to you later. Just 3% left. You will stop messaging. You will not use WhatsApp. Correct? Which will consume more power. So what would you do? Now what you should be doing with just 3% forest? Because students are the only hope now. These old people are I'm telling you, you and your parents will tell, if you tell, Daddy, only 3% forest is left. Hey, you shut up and sleep. This is the reply you'll get. Very few may ask, oh, are you serious? Now, you have to save this 3%. What can you do? Do you know that there was a recent amendment that was done to ease the business for the corporates to get into the forest. And nobody protested, hardly few. That is the only thing left. Absolutely none of us are bothered because it's nankadayag. It is a very scary situation. The house is on fire and we are not bothered. I am not blaming you children, I'm telling you. You have to ask this question with your parents, with your teachers. Just 3% left. I think, how many of you were wearing mask during Corona or COVID? Everyone? Yeah? Most of them. I think that time the air was a cleaner, but now you should be wearing. Because that is the pollution. Close to 76% of the death caused in India is because of pollution related diseases. 76%. And we all know it, or if you don't know, you know it today. And we are doing nothing about it. Are we trying to increase the green cover? How many of you were part of the Kantavara project? Zina madam was. Yeah. She was part of the project. Anytime I call her, she's never said no. Any plantation drive, might be 50 kilometers away from Mangalore, she's the first person to come. And yeah, we have few other than, we have other Gopika. You met Gopika? I think she's not there. Not the student Gopika, okay? She was also there. Well, before I, make you sleep, I'll start with the next point. Okay. Let's talk about human health. Because of the climate change, how is it affecting the human health? Is it affecting or not? Then how? Heat waves? Come on, if you know something, tell me. Have you experienced heat wave? No? Yes. If you were in Mangalore, you should have definitely last April. Even the trees started dying. Forget the plants, even the trees in the Western Ghats because of the heat wave. During the heat wave, I got a chance to go to Joyda, where there is a lot of forest cover. And I was excited. I wanted to get out of this heat wave. And there, the heat wave was in the forest also, in the middle of the forest. It was so freaking hot. Because the hot air was blowing inside the forest as well. So what are the consequences? Diseases, worsens the air quality. Yeah? Yes or no? You are making me bored. See, I am also a student. Some are having a nice nap. Okay, it doesn't matter. So as I told you, 3% is also not scaring you. How many of you come for planting drives? None of them. Only 1, 2, 3, that's all. I think everybody should be in Sahaya, right? Yeah? So you never got an opportunity. I think you will get that opportunity very soon. If not this year, next year. It's too late for this year. But I think you might get an opportunity to at least nurture or water the plant. So this global warming or climate change is definitely a boring subject, but it is a scary subject. So To be very frank, the worst has already come and we are all living on the edge. Few years back, I used to tell the worst is yet to come. But the worst is already come and we are all living on the edge. Some might have realized, some might not have realized. How many of you are owning a farmland? How many of you are agriculturists? None. One, two, few. Yeah. This time the crop failure is more than 50%. This time the rains were 80% down. Do you know that? Yes or no? Because I told you or you knew it before? The rains that came this time is because of the two cyclones. The regular monsoon was not there. So we have to thank the cyclone. Because of that cyclone we had rains. Otherwise there were no rains. Monsoon had not come to Mangalore or the major part of India. And if this is also still not scaring you, I think only the food shortage will scare you. You or we were lucky because of these two cyclones, there were some rains. Not that regular monsoon that is to come. How many of you ventured into the forest or trekking? One, two, very few. That's how that connection with nature is not there. Well, I think if you contact Zina Matt, she might be able to help you. We will organize. We'll definitely organize. I think this is what is missing in education now. That connection with nature. Because you've not seen that beautiful forest. How will you start, loving it? You've not seen it at all. You've not experienced it at all. But we will arrange. We will definitely arrange. Okay. What are the role of an individual? How can you manage this climate change? Now at least I'm looking for some response. How can you manage climate change? Yes, what else? Reuse, reduce, refuse. Yes. Waste management. One more big subject. How many of you segregate your waste at home? You do? Rest of them don't know what is waste at all. Anyways, it doesn't matter. So please, most of them are going home. Most? Hostel? How many of them staying in the hostel? Oh, good number. Okay. At least today, who are going home, please enter the kitchen. Yeah? How many composting bins you have? 2, dry and wet. Add 2 more. 2 more, yeah. Hazardous and e-waste. Do you have a e-waste collection center in your campus? Yes or no? It looks like 50-50. Madam, do we have? So now, you have to contact Zina, madam. Where is the e-waste bin? Why this is very important, I'll tell you. Everybody is having one mobile at least. I have seen with 2 also. This one battery can kill 1 acre of land. 1 acre of land. Which can produce at least 3 tons of rice. 1 acre of land it can it can damage 1 acre of land. So my humble request, any e-waste, might be first is your mobile, your batteries, please dispose that in the e-waste bin. Will you do that? Yes. All right. What does hazardous waste means? What are the hazardous waste? At home, don't talk about chemical waste, acid and all those things. Sorry? Broken? Glasses? Come on. Vinegar bottle. Why? Why is it so hazardous? Yeah, bottle can be recycled. Yeah. The broken bottles should go into the hazardous waste. Sanitary pads, syringes. What else? Expired medicines. Please do not mix your waste. How many of you have visited the Pachanadi dumping yard? Yeah. I think this also should be arranged. You should see the women suffering there. You mix all the waste. There are more than 150 ladies. Every lady will have a wound in her hand. Because you've told it is dry waste, she's put her hand and removed. She might have found a broken bulb or a bottle. Every lady has got a wound in her hand. Even she has family. Even she is a mother. Try to understand. But you need to visit Pachanadi to understand the difficulties facing because of your waste bin mixed and put it in a bag. Please take this seriously. Go to your house. Check your composting, your bins. The wet waste can be composted. Dry waste can be recycled. Hazardous waste can be incinerated. And e-waste can be again recycled and disposed in the right way. Well, before you start yawning too many times, I want to end by telling a few things. Yeah, somebody is happy. Well, nature is a beautiful subject. We call it Mother Nature. But we show zero affection to it. We only call it Mother Nature. You are hurting it so much. Once you venture into the forest, then you see whether you will start hurting your mother the same way. Please manage your waste and at least try to plant one tree in a year. If you can't, Mother Teresa said, if you can't feed hundreds, try and feed one. What I want to say, if you can't plant 100, at least try and plant one. Thank you so much.
So thank you very much, sir. And on behalf of St. Aloysius College and Department of Commerce professionals, and on behalf of Allure Association, we thank you, sir.